Welcome back, the old two-stroker YouTube channel. My name's Wayne. That's my cameraman, Parker. He don't have a camera in his hand today. At least not yet. And this here is a 72 Peterbilt 352 cab over. 72, right? Nailed it.
72.
And what's special about this one?
V12.
So this is like kind of how me and Parker became friends, is we both have V12 cab overs. And V12 is kind of something I specialize in. You guys know that already. So why don't you tell us the story of how you got this thing and why it's here? And
yeah, so this truck, a mutual acquaintance of ours had reached out to me saying he had this truck for sale. Unbeknownst to me, he had bought it off Craigslist the day before. Fortunately, he wasn't asking too much more than what he had paid for it. Come to find out, the truck lived in Arizona its whole life until I purchased it. It hauled for Mayflower and Atlas, I believe, van lines. So this originally had a drum on the back, and the guy ran from Kansas City to Phoenix. He blew the truck up in '84. The mechanic that had worked on the truck since it was new decided to buy it. Well, because he was a mechanic, he rebuilt this motor. The doghouse had cracked, which they do sometimes, so he put a new doghouse in because you could still get them new from Peterbilt. And while he was at it, put this whole new front end on. So this is faded primer from a new front end.
like what time frame had he done all this work? This was like
I have receipts,
late 80s through early 90s?
84 to 86 is when I have all the receipts for the stuff. He'd ran it, the motor was good, and it sat in the middle of Phoenix from 86 to 2014. Then he moved it out to his brother's, and it sat out in the desert until 2021 when I bought it. And it drove itself out there, so I know it drove then. And then it got shipped up here.
And you've had it running once.
Once.
Right? You had
Yes.
So you had it running once.
Once. Not
You've
driving.
had the cab lifted once.
Yes.
And I advised him to do cab jack lines. We were drinking beers last night making cab jack lines. I showed the boys how to do that. And that's what all this says here. Parker took them off, what, 3-4 years ago?
I took those lines off in October 21 and then got super lazy, and there it sat. Cab jack was off, I put an O-ring in it, and then, yeah.
So what we're gonna do today is save a truck that's already been saved.
Save it from me.
We're gonna save it from him. We're gonna figure out which line goes where. We're gonna hook the lines up. We're gonna get the cab jacked up and get this thing running and driving today. Hopefully drive it out of the garage for the first time under its own power, right? It's never driven out of here.
No, it's ran once. It ran the day that I got it delivered, or the day after, and that was the last time I messed with it. Bought other trucks and got lazy and moved away. I don't even live in Nebraska anymore, so this just gets to sit here, so. Yeah.
So the thing about having other trucks is you gotta stay motivated.
Yes,
that's the
yes.
thing. And honestly, that's the best part about the lube tube for me, is you guys keep me motivated, because a lot of times, especially with as many trucks as I have now at this point, I could very easily end up in the same situation, as could any one of you. So we're gonna put some life back into this thing today, put some life back into him, and save a truck. So let's get to it. All right, so this is the cab jack reservoir. We're gonna fill this up, I think. I don't know how much it takes, but I know how much I'm gonna put in. All right, so now we got some fluid in it. I think what we're gonna do is just put it in the up position. Oh, look at that. And then the fluid just runs out. So I guess that is the up port after all. Now fluid should run out of the other one on the downside. Oh, it's still running out. Maybe we'll give her a pump. Ah, just like I thought. So that's down. This is up. There we go. No charge on the mess. You boys think we can go 2 for 2 this weekend? I do.
April to late May. Yeah. I just don't remember how it got in here.
Is the rack free? Holy shit.
It's stiff. Stiff.
Go get the vice grips, put them on that rack, and just keep working it. And then we'll just go through and tap on each one like we do, and I think it'll be all right.
Oh.
Does that feel sticky? Like, is it sticky on the other side? Or are you just working against governor tension?
I think
It seems pretty damn good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're barely on it. Okay, cool. Let's, I just want to tap on these with a socket or extension and a hammer, and we'll just, I think it's going to be fine, dude. What?
None of these feel springy. I think it's a piece of shit.
Well, because you're using you need a
Solid piece.
real hammer. Not your girlfriend's jewelry hammer or whatever that thing is.
Are you seeing it spring?
I think they all are. They sound the same. Here, give me this. Give me that hammer. You take this. Yeah, that's springy. It's all by the sound of it. It's just got fuel in it. So it's building pressure in the injector, which is what you're feeling, you know what I'm saying? You're not just feeling the spring, you're feeling the pressure that it's building. All right, so that's that side. What we could do is put this cover back on, and then when we blow the dust off the other side, we're not just gonna blow it into this side of the engine. So let's do that, because we know this side is free, and honestly, by nature, the other side has to be free as well. So let's wait, let's just hold off till he gets the batteries, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll just crank it. Yeah, bro, is there smoke coming out of that pipe? There's smoke coming out of that pipe.
From what?
I don't know. Dude, look at it. Look in there.
It's from us. It's.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Look at it.
You can't really fucking see. Oh, yeah, you can. There you go. Perfect. Well, we can just. If we get 12 men hammering down.
Bro, we don't even got it. This thing is going to light off immediately. All right, boys and girls, we're doing the Wayno Shuffle here underneath Parker's truck. And I just wanted to get a look and make sure there's no coolant in the bottom of the pan. You want to give me a drain pan so I don't make a fucking mess? There's some water in it. Is there coolant in this or water?
We got coolant, I thought. Yeah, no way we would have left the water in. Yeah, I think we got a mix.
That's like just ice cold water, dude.
When it leaks, it's coolant. That radiator is. Holy shit.
You know how much money I just saved you?
No kidding. Set of mains. What the f? That's over a gallon.
All right, why don't you get me a 5-gallon bucket? Pull the dipstick out, tell me where the oil level is, please. You know what's gonna haunt you? Was it like that when you started it? The wild part is the oil doesn't show wicked over. That should be way up here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Which means it probably wasn't like that.
Low on oil, I imagine. Once again.
It ought to be now.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Disgusting. That's oil.
See why you check it every time.
Every time. Every time that thing gets hot and cold and hot and cold, all that's like, if you have something outside and you see it sweating,
Yeah.
it's doing the same thing on the inside. You just can't see it, and then it just accumulates and accumulates and accumulates. Bro, there's more water coming out of it. Here's the thing though, usually you can feel coolant also. It's not super,
It's a little more dense than water. Yeah.
it doesn't have like a lot of lubricity to it, but it is slipperier than,
Oh yeah.
and this just feels like straight, it's just like rainwater, dude. It's just like you just left the oil cap off it and just put a funnel and let Jesus piss in the thing. But that's what makes me think it couldn't have been like that last time you ran it, because,
You would have turned to milk.
right,
Yeah.
it would have emulsified, and then there would be moisture traces on shit, like the valves and like anywhere the oil went, you would think, you know?
Although, I mean, how long did we run it?
Yeah, enough to make heat and enough to mix the oil.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a lot of water to not notice that. We have all that oil, let's just drain this.
You want to put 50/40 in it?
It's better than water. There's still water in it, dude. Wow. Oh my God, dude.
It also had very little actual oil in it. What is that?
Shmoo. That almost had to be like that when you started it, dude.
For us, even registering oil, they just think it had to be in there.
It smells like somebody's basement that used to work on trucks. So I know I'm harping on this, but I just want to show you this, because this could happen to anybody. Look at how clean the oil on that stick is. I mean, look at the stick. It's not rusted, nothing. There's no visible indication from just pulling the stick that you had a problem down there, which is why I don't ever even hardly look at these things other than to just give it a taste test. If that was coolant, no bueno. So don't just pull the stick, pull the plug. Also, the radiator's empty. Maybe if you got it like something you could stick in there that, oh, I got it in my hand.
Yes.
Wipe that and then stick it in there and see if it comes out wet at all. When's the last time you looked at what was in there? 4 years ago?
When we ran it. Pretty much. Yeah.
No, you don't want to curve it around. You want it to go straight down. Oh, yeah. That's metal right there.
Excellent lighting.
So, well, because the radiator kind of has a top tank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do we have any green coolant kicking around? All right, we set the cab back down so we can fill it with coolant. We got the drain plug out of it. I'm not getting any water out of the pan. I think we're safe. What we're gonna do is put the drain plug back in it, fill it with oil, and fire it up. I don't see it really leaking. Yeah, it's dry. See any water coming out of it or nothing like that. I think we're gonna be all right. What are you doing?
Climbing over this. It's up
Alright.
in the air.
I got batteries in it. We filled it with oil. It's got water. We got to see if we can get it to crank. This series parallel seems to be doing the exact same thing as the last one. You got any key on?
That's key on.
All right. Well, oh, you do.
Wait, now it's okay. Now I have dash power. I hit the starter.
All right. Hit it.
Let me see if the after I did that, I got dash power.
Yeah, I think the series parallel was stuck in between. I was tapping on it down
Yeah,
here.
the headlights work.
Yeah. So that turned cab power on. Now it's making connection. But I don't get any cranky crank either. So the contacts are probably dirty. Hit it again. Oh, we're getting there. Keep doing it. I just don't think it's making connection.
Word for the wise.
All right, I don't know if you can tell, but it was about 2 a.m. at this point, so we called it for the night. On to the next day. Some cool stuff happens. Check it out. This is Parker's 1975 Freightliner Powerliner. So for those of you asking me if our V12 Freightliner is a Powerliner, no, this is what a Powerliner is. I told y'all stay tuned. This is why. It's got 121,000 original miles on it, 8V92 with what we believe was a service block. This would have been an original green engine and appears to have had a service block put in. It's got a RTO 12513, 463 gears on SSHDs, and I believe it's Rayco spring. Paint's all original. It was a lowboy tractor in southern Colorado its whole life. Super cool truck, so let's take it for a ride.
You're so far away from me.
Yeah. Let's see what this Powerliner life's all about.
You got your tractor and
What?
middle one.
That's weird. What is that?
Tractor and trailer.
It shouldn't be like that.
Well, normally this also would be set up differently too. That last one would be blue, middle one would be yellow and red.
Yeah, it's very weird. Striking out on driving Freightliner, so I figured we might as well take this one for a ride. Struggling. Boy. This no power steering life is not for me. Dude, that suspension makes all sorts of noise back there. No, thank you. Oh, buddy. Freaking thing drives awesome, dude. Wasn't for the rough ride.
Yep.
I love the truck. Pretty cool truck. 318, 4-4, married. All original time capsule, W900. Yee-yee! He bought it from Parker. Old boy's name's what, Elliot, he said? Yeah. He's good shit. I just met him today, so shout out to you, Elliot, if you're watching this trash. We gotta get this to the front of the yard. We can put it on his lowboy, so. Got her all loaded up. Look at the PTO. Never seen one of those before. At least not that I remember. That's pretty cool. This thing is a complete time capsule, fellas. only got 250,000 miles on it, and believe me, it's OEM. You can tell. Never seen a Kenworth of this era or any truck of this era with a condenser in the grill.
It's all right. I like your as long as
Interior's cool as hell. Wish the seat survived a little better, but she's weathered right out. It's from sitting in the sun, but look at the wear on the clutch, throttle, and brake. There's none to speak of. Dead giveaway. There ain't no miles on this thing. Dash ain't all changed around or messed out of it. It's a super nice old unit, dude. This is a hard truck to find. She's cool. Wonder what that is. Boy, it's cool. Look at the friggin' radio, dude.
She's cool.
It's aces, man.
The blower motor even squeaks to life.
Nice. Don't tell Kenny May that. He'll make you run it the entire way off the mountain. So, a little update from last night. We put water in this thing, and we let it sit overnight. So I'm kind of hoping it didn't all go in the pan. Perfect. It's just oil. It's a little bit milky, but I think that's because it's coagulated schmoo at the bottom of this pan. And it like mixed, you know. I'll just let some out. See what we get. Yeah, that's fresh oil. Hopefully we let most of the schmoo out of it. So that's good. It ain't water in the basement, you know. I think it was just moisture. What does this need? Series parallel. This is what this needs, right? I'm gonna take the series parallel off.
It's gonna be really fucking loud.
Turn it. You ready?
Is that camera rolling?
Yeah.
My camera's rolling too.
Start. clean smoke in here, boys. Golly. Customer states engine doesn't run.
Customer states won't run.
Problem solved.
Truck and off.
Okay. Yep. Shutdown works. Hit it. Just check.
You shut it off?
Yep. Work the throttle a few times. Fire it up. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for this one. This was all filmed after we got done working on the Freightliner every night. So we would get back here, you know, go to dinner, whatever the case may be, and then work on Parker's cab over until we just couldn't see straight anymore. It was running at like 2 a.m. I mean, I'm talking about very late every night. So that's the reason for the lack of footage. I apologize. But anyway, that's another one saved. We were not able to drive it or move it because we couldn't get it to make any air pressure, and I just flat out was not diagnosing that at this point in the game. So we were just out of time. At least it runs, or at least the water's out of the pan. Keep that as a lesson to yourselves. You know, you may not see anything on the dipstick, but it's very possible your pan is full of water, and what you're seeing looks like clean oil, but it's just floating on the surface. So very important. Thank you all for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Pop on over to old2stroker.com and get yourself something nice. Huge shout out to all my patrons. I really appreciate you guys. And stay tuned. We will see you in the next one.